Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest online event here at the University of California, Merced. My name is Ricky Hill, and I am your e-recruiter here at UC Merced. A very big welcome to you tonight. We are so excited that you are here to join us for this online event about bright beginnings you're in at UC Merced. Before we get started, let me go ahead and give you a couple of quick reminders regarding Zoom. If you need to adjust your audio settings, you can do that in the lower left corner of your screen. If you would like to adjust the size of your window, click on View Options in the upper portion of your screen. So in case we're showing you a screenshot and you'd like to zoom in just a bit, click on View Options at the upper portion of your window. Lastly, and most importantly, we are here to get to all of your important questions. There is a Q&A button on your screen. Go ahead and click on that button at any time. You can send us those questions. We will get to some of those behind the scenes. We are fully staffed with all of our content experts. We also have a live question and answer session available for you at the end of this live event as well. Once again, a huge welcome to you tonight as we talk about the Bright Beginnings program you're in at UC Merced. Before we do jump in, we do have an agenda we'd like to review with you. So coming up after this welcome, we will tell you why UC Merced and the next steps timeline. So why should you pick us and all the next steps? After that, we do have some student and alumni highlights for you, always a fan favorite. Then, as I mentioned, we do have the Q&A panel towards the end of our presentation tonight, and then we'll give you some contact information at the very end. Once again, a huge welcome to you tonight. We are so thrilled to have you join us. At this time, we would like to hand things over to our special guest for our welcome, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Dr. Charles Neese.
Fantastic. Thanks you, Ricky, so much for welcoming all of us, and welcome to all of you that have joined us tonight on this webinar. I'm so excited that you're here and hearing this message about everything that UC Merced has to offer. I want to start, however, by congratulating all of you, because all of you have been admitted to the University of California. And the University of California is known internationally as the premier research university system in the world. And so your accomplishments and what you have done throughout high school has brought you to this point in your journey that you have been admitted to the University of California. So congratulations to all of you. And I know that a lot of you that are listening are also the parents and family members of our scholars that have been admitted to the university. And I want to congratulate all of you as well. As a parent of a college student, I know the work that goes into getting your student to this point in that journey. You've worked hard, you've supported them, you've encouraged them, and you've been there along the way. And so congratulations to all of you, because you are a big part of this journey. And so much of what has been accomplished has been a part of that family experience that you provided. So congratulations to all of you. You know, that we're talking about this opportunity for you all to join UC Merced as part of this Bright Beginnings. And I think that's an appropriate name, because we think about UC Merced as a great place for people to begin their educational journey and to learn all of the wonderful things that that experience can provide as you go out into the world then and continue to make a difference through the educational journey that you've had at UC Merced. And it's a really exciting time for UC Merced and for you to become part of and joining that journey. You know, UC Merced continues to be ranked in the top 50 public research universities in the world. And that is a super exciting piece, as we have world-class faculty and a great group of scholars that join the institution to really move that forward and really advance the mission of the University of California, which is a commitment to excellence in research, teaching, and public service. And I'm a little bit biased because, of course, I'm at UC Merced, but I don't think there's another UC campus where, as an undergraduate, you can be as connected to that mission around research, teaching, and public service as you can at UC Merced. You know, we are really committed to advancing the development of new knowledge through that research, and then designing that educational experiences and building brand new classroom spaces that really show and demonstrate our commitment to your teaching and your learning. And then ultimately, our hope is to create those co-curricular experiences, those experiences outside of the classroom, where you can take your talents and your skills and the knowledge from your education and go into our community and really serve our community and that public good. And it's exciting because we're right in the process of building a brand new agricultural research station and a smart farm that we will be designing. We'll have over 10 acres of farmland. And we're really looking at the future of food and a great opportunity for our faculty and our students to really be involved in some powerful research there. We're also about to break ground on our brand new medical education building as we partner with the University of San Francisco and really move forward the opportunities for people to explore careers in medical education. But it also allows us to build a brand new state-of-the-art educational building that really looks at health education. So a lot of our psychology majors and our public health majors as undergraduates will also be part of this space as we look at building and creating the latest and greatest technology to advance medical education. And then we continue to also look at creative ways that we are learning and creating opportunities for our students to express their talents and skills. And some of the research that our students are doing in Shakespeare and understanding and learning about Shakespeare culminates with the performance that they will be doing next weekend, actually Shakespeare in the Park, which is Yosemite National Park. Our students will be up in Yosemite National Park performing Romeo and Juliet with a new modern twist connected to the environment and the outdoor experience. And so all of that is some of the great things that are happening right now. And that as you, as new students come into the campus, are able to explore and learn those various pathways. I am a first-generation college student myself. I started my undergraduate career as an undeclared major, which meant that I had all of those to choose from and an opportunity to really explore what I wanted to do. And UC Merced is really committed to our scholars having those opportunities. Our first-year advising program is set up just tailor-made for you as incoming new students to really explore and understand what it is to complete your college degree, and then how you take that learning and go out into the world and make a difference. So we're excited that you are joining this webinar to learn more about that journey and about those pathways and about those opportunities. And excited that we have some of our current students as well as an alumna from UC Merced that will share with you some of their own journeys and pathways. So you're not just hearing it from this biased administrator, but you're hearing it from our students really about those experiences that make UC Merced unique and distinctive. And we're excited that you are exploring it and considering that option about that bright beginning that could be right here at UC Merced. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll turn it back over to Ricky for the ongoing part of our program. Take care.
Thank you so much, Dr. Neese. Always such an inspiring welcome message from you. We really appreciate you being here tonight to join us for Bright Beginnings as we talk more about this exciting program. All right, once again, my name is Ricky Hill, the e-recruiter. I'm going to hand things over to my colleague, Iona Nee, and I will join you again at the question and answer session. Iona?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Ricky, and thank you, Dr. Charles Neese, for the wonderful welcome. Hi, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here, and it's such a pleasure to have you all join us in such a busy time of your senior year. My name is Iona Nee, and I am the Assistant Director for Domestic Recruitment with the Undergraduate Office of Admissions. I'm a proud UC Merced alumna, and I was in your shoes. I was part of this similar process to you all. When I was a senior, I received the same email, the same letter you all did mid-April, where it offered me an admission to the newest campus, the University of California, Merced. And at the time, I had other options, and I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to go yet. But as I started researching what UC Merced had to offer, I knew that it was the best choice for me. And I was so happy that I got to experience my 4 years at UC Merced and call it my home. But with that, enough about myself. I want to congratulate you all and acknowledge all of your hard work throughout your high school experience, especially during the pandemic. We know it was a super challenging time. So know that the Bright Beginnings opportunity is for us to celebrate you, your academic accomplishments, and acknowledge your hard work, that you're some of the top performing California high school seniors in our state. And with that, we're proud to offer you admission to our campus. And we're excited that you're here today to learn more about what UC Merced has to offer, as well as what are the next steps now that you're considering this wonderful opportunity. So know that your admissions offer is for the fall 2023 term. When we say it is a provisional admissions offer, that means that as long as you abide by the dates and deadlines, you submit important documentation by those stated dates in your UC Merced's portal, you're good. Also know that although you didn't initially apply to our campus, there is no cost associated with this admissions offer, meaning we're not going to say, hey, now that you're admitted, you must pay this application fee. Know that not at all. There is no cost associated with this admissions offer, but it's important to note that if you do plan to attend UC Merced, plan to commit and enroll at our campus, then costs will accrue throughout the enrollment process. And lastly, Although you're initially admitted as undeclared, so all of our Bright Beginning students are admitted as undeclared, you will have the opportunity to select your preferred major by May 15th. Though there is a major confirmation form that you will submit, you have the opportunity to submit after you submit your SIR. So first, you must commit to UC Merced by the SIR, the Statement of Intent to Register deadline. Then you will be able to officially declare your intended major. And yes, all of our majors are open to you, our Bright Beginning students. So again, you must first SIR to UC Merced, then you'll be able to declare your intended major. But we understand that at this stage in your lives, you may have many different options and interests, and you would like to stay undeclared. That's totally fine. You can then declare your major after the first semester at UC Merced when final fall grades are posted. And I would like to share that we do have several QR codes throughout today's presentation. So if you would like to receive more information about each topic that we're covering, if you have a smartphone, do open up the camera application and scan the QR codes at the corners of the screens as shown here. And this QR code will take you directly to our Bright Beginnings website for you to learn more about what this program's about, what are some frequently asked questions, as well as what are my next steps. So let's now dive into why UC Merced, and as Dr. Charles Neese mentioned, how we're one of the most fast rising campuses in the nation. So the University of California, Merced is the newest and 10th addition to the UC system. We officially opened our doors in 2005. So we're roughly the same age as you all, and we are located in the heart of California in the center of the state in the city of Merced. And being that we're just a little under 20 years old, we have doubled in campus's size. We have a little over 9,000 students, and we're proud that out of the thousands of private and public universities in the nation, we are the top 100 universities. That's amazing in just under 20 years. And we are the top 45 public universities in the nation. We're also proud that we have over 200 different clubs and organizations. Because Merced is a growing campus, you have the opportunity to help build the culture and identity of UC Merced. If we don't have a club that fits your interest, you can easily create that here. For example, my freshman year, there were students that loved the Play-Doh enough to create a club dedicated to Play-Doh. Yes, there was a Play-Doh club my freshman year, my first year. And as I was looking through all the other clubs and organizations, we currently have a Bobcat Boba Club. So for all of our milk tea lovers, like I love my milk tea, you can join the Bobcat Boba Club, where they visit all the milk tea shops in the city of Merced. And Merced is a growing town. We are a rural agricultural campus. A lot of students always wonder, what is there to do in Merced? It's a smaller city of about 90,000 people. So know that we're a growing town. We've actually added university buildings in the downtown area. We have everything from our music art hop to our historical theater to an arts center in the downtown area. We also host a lot of fun events both on and off campus. And for those of you who love the outdoors, we have the beach about 2 hours away. We have the mountains, so if you're into snowboarding and skiing, that's just 2 hours away. So here's a wonderful map of where we are centrally located in the heart of California. And what's amazing is we are considered the gateway to Yosemite National Park. We're the only campus in the nation that has a partnership with Yosemite, meaning we do our own research in the park. We have the Sierra Nevada Research Institute. And if you love the outdoors, you can be a park ranger at Yosemite National Park. That's one regret I had, is that I didn't consider the Yosemite Leadership Program. It's a summer program and a 2-year program. But as you can see here, Merced is about 2 hours away from the San Francisco Bay Area, and depending how fast you drive, about 4 hours north from the Los Angeles region. And this is our beautiful campus. As I alluded to earlier, we doubled in size during the pandemic. So in 2020, we finished adding more dorms, more classroom buildings, office space, our biomedical research center, our competitive soccer field and swimming pool as shown in the corners here. But this is our beautiful campus. We are truly the definition of a 21st century university because we're powered by a lot of renewable energy. For example, the canal that flows through campus powers the AC system. Behind our School of Engineering building, we have a huge water tower that collects this water and it chills that water overnight. and it lets that cold water flow underground through pipes that naturally cools down the university. We also have a huge solar panel field adjacent to campus. So those are just some few ways of how we utilize renewable energy and how we are the definition of a 21st century modern university. And this is a nice snapshot of our undergraduate student profile. So we're excited to provide opportunities and expand opportunities to students in California, such as yourself, through the Bright Beginnings program. We have a little under 70% of our undergraduate students that identify as first generation, the first in their family to attend university. We're proud that we can provide the opportunity to many students. We also have one of the highest percentages of undocumented students in the UC system. And we're proud to be considered and recognized as a Hispanic serving institution. And we're eligible to be an ANAPISI serving institution. ANAPISI is Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander. So we are considered a minority serving institution. Here's also a nice breakdown of the enrollment by school. As I shared earlier, you are all admitted as undeclared. However, you will have the opportunity to declare your major after you commit by May 15th. And here's just a breakdown of where our current students are housed under our 3 academic schools. And here's a nice snapshot of all of our 27 different majors. Know that none of our majors are impacted, meaning you have the flexibility to change your major, or if you're super motivated, to double major. And we've added new majors throughout the years. For example, this fall, we just added electrical engineering and writing studies. And note that what's unique about the UC system and what makes your degree valuable is that you're not just in your classes learning the basics. We're providing experiential learning, meaning that a lot of our curriculum is beyond the classroom setting. A lot of our curriculum will include internships, research opportunities, leadership on campus. And know that when you graduate, you won't just have that degree with your major and those basic knowledge and skills, but a lot of it is applied learning. That's what makes our alumni super valuable. And that's when you'll hear from our alumni speaker towards the end. And we also encourage you to consider studying abroad. As cliche as it sounds, the world is your oyster when you attend the University of California. We have over 40 different programs abroad. We have our own center in our capital, Washington, D.C., as well as in our state capital, Sacramento. But know that when you're studying abroad, you're not just in the classes abroad in that city center, but you have the opportunity to do research abroad, work, have an internship, and know that your classroom setting can be the Cliffs of Moher in Ireland, or from my personal experience, I was able to finish my degree in 3.5 years. So I used that extra semester to study abroad in Rome, Italy, my senior year. And during my study abroad program in Rome, Italy, I had an internship where I was working or interning at Rome's largest farmers market, where I got free food and course credit. And my classroom experience was not just at the city center in the building, but my classroom experience was being able to tour Pompeii and the Pantheon and the Colosseum. And let's dive into life on campus. So know that when you come to UC Merced, your life will be more than just an academic scholar, but you'll get to be a leader and a student on campus. About 70% of our students are engaged on and off campus, so you'll have no problem getting involved with our student Bobcats. And this is just a nice snapshot of the types of opportunities for you to get involved. Sports is a big part of our campus spirit. We're part of the National Athletic Intercollegiate Association. That's the NAIA. So we do recruit for men's and women's basketball, volleyball, cross country, soccer, water polo. And if you are interested in playing for fun, we have intramural sports. But here we have our Ohana Club, where they have a fun luau every year. And yes, we have cows in Merced. I'm sure you all know Coachella Music Festival is happening these couple weekends. However, we don't have Coachella, but we have Cowchella here at UC Merced. This is our big, fun spring music festival. And know that your tuition and fees cover these fun events, from our Ohana Club's luau event to our Cowchella event in the spring. And this is not Cowchella. Coachella is the photo, the bottom corner right here. But yes, we do love our cows. We actually are known for our drone activity, our drone research in the UC system. Greek life is pretty popular on campus. About 14% of our student body are involved in Greek life. And know that it's not just social fraternity and sororities, but we also have academic, pre-professional, multicultural fraternities that are co-ed. For example, our alumni speaker was part of the business fraternity. I know that housing is a big part of your college experience, and at UC Merced, we find that our students who live on campus tend to perform better academically and socially. Why is that? Well, when you're living on campus, you have no excuse to miss class, right? It is literally just a 10 to 15-minute walking distance, the classrooms from your dorms. And what's unique about the housing student life at UC Merced is our living learning communities, where we offer a variety of themed residential halls for you to live with like-minded students who have similar interests. For example, say you are interested in service and leadership, we have a hall dedicated to that, or sustainability or entrepreneurship, or you're a future engineer and you like to live with other engineers. We have several communities for you to live with like-minded individuals, as well as receiving mentorship from staff and faculty advisors for those living learning communities. Another unique factor about our on-campus housing is how we provide a walkable city feeling. For example, in this photo here, we have classrooms and office space on the first floor, and the housing, the doors on the top floor. It provides more of that walkable city community experience. And know that UC Merced, we guarantee 2 years of on-campus housing as long as you apply by the deadline. Guarantee as you are reserved a space. Note that we do not require our incoming students to live on campus, but we highly encourage them to take advantage of it. So in order for you to apply for housing, you must first submit your statement of intent to register, your SIR, your commitment to UC Merced, and then you will have to wait 48 hours for our systems to process that you are now an enrolled student. Following the 48 hours, then you can submit your housing application, where you can indicate if you're interested in a living learning community, as well as you will share your roommate survey compatibility. So if you're a morning person, a night person, if you like loud music, what your interests are, and we encourage students to be honest on those survey compatibility forms, because you truly want to ensure that you're living with students with similar interests and there are no issues. And note that the housing application is a 2-step process. You must first submit the housing app by May 4th. After submitting the application, you must then sign the offered contract by May 5th. So again, a 2-step process. Now let's dive into financial aid. And now that you're admitted, you're considering Merced, we highly encourage you to add UC Merced's FAFSA code to your financial aid application, which is listed here. So if you get to do that, we encourage you to do that as soon as possible, because our financial aid and scholarship office will take roughly 2 to 3 weeks to process your financial aid. So the sooner you add UC Merced to your FAFSA application or your CAUDA application, which is the California Dream Act application, our financial aid office can then process your package. And we understand that it's a few weeks until the May 1st deadline, and you want to get a sense of your financial aid award before you commit. So please do that as soon as possible. And at UC Merced, we're proud that we're recognized as the #1 public research institution in the nation for providing need-based aid. So UCM also stands for University of Cash Money, because we are quite generous. As you can see here, a little under 90% of our students receive aid, and our average gift aid is free money, was a little under $22,000. So we're proud that many of our students have had the opportunity to obtain a UC education with how generous our financial aid has been. So you've been admitted. What do you do next? Obviously, you celebrate, you attend today's webinar, but you got to visit campus. As I shared earlier, I didn't consider Merced until I actually visited campus. I had other options, other campuses I had in mind, but when I received the letter that I was admitted to Merced, I knew I needed to visit campus. And that's when I took a campus tour with my mom, and I knew Merced was the right fit for me. And I always encourage students, if you're not sure, we have a lot of admitted student events and opportunities for you to engage with us and experience what the Merced community is like. So we are offering tours every single day of the week, so you do not need to miss class in school. And we understand that if you don't have the opportunity to physically visit campus, we are also offering virtual tours and drone tours that we partnered alongside our School of Engineering. So this QR code here will take you to more information about our campus tours, but I will talk about all of our fun and exciting admitted student events. So we have lots of events from now until May 1st. We have 2 opportunities for you to experience what it is like to be a UC Merced student. We have the Inside UC Merced program, which is where you get to actually spend the night at UC Merced. You will get to stay in our campus dorms. A current UC Merced student will host you, and then you'll attend classes with them, any fun events, and then you will also get to dine at our Pavilion Dining Center. If you're not interested or not available to do the overnight stay program, we also have Experience UC Merced, where you will take a campus tour, and following that tour, you will get to attend a lecture, sit in a class, experience what's it like to be a Merced student, maybe even take a class in your intended major. And our big admitted student event of the year that we hope you can make it to is Bobcat Day. This is April 22nd. This is next Saturday. When's your prom? Hopefully not next Saturday. We hope to see you on campus. This is a fun event, essentially a big festival where the entire campus community is welcoming you. You get to attend sessions. You get to meet with current students and faculty, our financial aid office. You take a campus tour the dorm so you can get a sense of which dorm do you want to live in. Do you want to live in a quadruple or a single? So we do encourage you to please register to receive prior information regarding parking, session times, but we understand if you're not able to register, we're more than happy to welcome you on the spot, and you can register when you come to campus. So again, next Saturday, April 22nd is our big admit day called Bobcat Day. And then lastly, if you're not able to make it to campus, we are doing a huge admissions reception tour throughout the state of California. So what are you all doing this weekend? If you happen to be in Southern California, we do have 2 admitted student receptions taking place this Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, April 15th is in Anaheim, and Sunday, April 16th will take place in Los Angeles, specifically in Studio City at the Hilton Hotel at Universal City Walk. So if you can't make the campus, we're more than happy to share more about what life is like and the Merced community is like at our admitted student receptions. You get to meet with our staff, our faculty, and our current students, as well as you'll get to meet with financial aid and housing. So now that you're considering Merced and you're interested in maybe submitting that SIR, looking at your financial aid, you must first claim your UC Merced ID. And it's a 3-step process. So you will go to the UC Merced Net ID website. You will then input your preferred email address or mobile phone number. Then you'll receive a link to verify, or you can input the verification code to claim your account. And once you are on to the next step, you can select what your UC Merced Net ID is. This is a nice feature. You can choose out of the options that are provided to you what your Merced Net ID will be, and that is where you will create your security code, or I should say your password, your safe password. Once you officially claim your UC Merced Net ID, that is when you can access your UC Merced Connect platform. This is your student portal. This is where all of the important information, dates, and deadlines are disseminated to you. This is where you can review your financial aid award letter. This is where you can review your admissions, the important dates and deadlines, fun events, and then the checklist. This is where you can officially accept your admissions offer under the My Admissions icon. And note that if you have any updates to your coursework that you reported on your UC application, or hopefully this is not the case, but you did not pass an A through G course your senior year, this is where you can report those updates in the My Course Updates icon. And most importantly, I encourage you to take advantage of the Bobcat Den that is featured here. This is our own platform for you to interact and engage with our campus community. So if you're looking for a roommate, or you have questions for our current students about a major, or you have questions about any item on your checklist, there are different channels in the Bobcat Den for you to ask your questions and just get a sense of what the housing situation is like, or what is this document you're requesting on my checklist? Why is it necessary? So I do encourage you to peruse the Bobcat Den and review those different channels. All right, now let's get into the next steps timeline. As know that once you plan to enroll at UC Merced, there are a lot of moving parts to officially enroll. So we're here in the springtime where you just received your invitation for the Bright Beginnings program. Then this is where you're here tonight just to get a sense of when do I need to commit. So May 1st is that official deadline for you to officially accept your offer and commit to UC Merced. It is 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And note that there is a $250 non-refundable, non-transferable deposit. Meaning in order to officially accept your offer, you will need to pay that $250 deposit, or you may be eligible to have that deposit deferred, meaning once your financial aid is dispersed to you in mid-August, it will automatically pay off that fee. So I would like to share that if you are currently on a wait list at another campus, we do encourage you to commit somewhere, because typically waitlist activity does not happen until after May 1st. So we do encourage you to consider. And if you find that you're admitted off the waitlist at another campus, you can always cancel your commitment. However, we do hope that UC Merced is your home for the next 4 years. And here's the housing deadlines. Again, housing is a two-step process. You submit your housing app by May 4th, then sign the contract by May 5th. And important, as I shared earlier, May 15th is the deadline for you to select your major. Again, you are all admitted as undeclared. However, you can officially declare a major by May 15th in the major confirmation form. Note, you're not requesting to change your major. You are officially officially selecting your major. So you have until May 15th. And as I shared earlier, if you're not quite sure what your major is, you can always declare your major after your first semester at UC Merced. And then the summertime is when a lot of your official documents are due. So please be sure to review your checklist to ensure you have all of your required financial aid documents and official records, such as your final official high school transcript, will be due July 1st. This is a postmark deadline, meaning you must have it put in the mail stamped by July 1st, or you can electronically send it by July 1st through our approved vendors. So for example, if your counselor is sending your physical transcript in the mail, as long as it is postmarked by July 1st, you're good. We understand that it may not get to our office in time if they mail it by July 1st. So again, it is a postmark deadline of July 1st. July 15th are your official test scores. So if you have taken any advanced placement exams, IB exams, or you have taken SAT or ACT, please submit those official scores by July 15th. And then we are on the semester system. So our classes start at the end of August. So note that the student health insurance waiver is due August 1st. The UC system requires all students to be enrolled in health insurance. If you do not have it, we will automatically enroll you in it. However, if you have health insurance, please submit the health insurance waiver, as you are able to get out of those fees. It's about $2,200. If you have health insurance through your parents and or legal guardian, please submit the waiver to see if you're eligible. And then August 16th, well, right before August 16th is when financial aid is dispersed and you're like, woo, I'm balling, I got all this money in my bank account. And then the next day you'll have to pay it off for your tuition and fees. And that's also when it will pay off fees such as a SIR deposit if you're eligible to have that deferred. And then move-in day will happen August 17th. It's a big move-in weekend. You'll receive your assigned move-in time. Note that classes don't start until Wednesday, August 23rd, meaning there are a couple days from move-in day until the first day of instruction where you have time to get acclimated to campus. We host a lot of fun events for you to network and mingle and meet new friends and get a sense of what campus activities, clubs, organizations there are. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for hearing about the next steps and what are important things that you need to do to jumpstart your future at UC Merced. But with that, I have the pleasure of introducing our UC Merced Bright Beginnings alumni and current students. So please welcome our former Bright Beginnings alumna, Vanessa Estevio.
Thank you, Ayana, and good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can all hear me. I'm actually outside right now. I stepped out of a work event to join because I'm so excited and passionate about students going to UC Merced. Just like many of you and just like Ayana, I also received an email in my inbox welcoming me to the UC Merced family. It was even newer back then, and so I didn't know much about it. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do. And as soon as I stepped foot on campus for Bobcat Day, I just knew. I had this feeling of absolute certainty that that was the campus for me and that UC Merced was going to be the college that I needed to attend. And it is one of the best decisions, hands down, that I have ever made. And so if you're considering it at all, I highly encourage you to go forward with the process because it made so many possibilities and doors open up for me that might not have otherwise been open had I gone to a different university. You'll see on the screen all of the things that I was able to do at UC Merced, and that doesn't even begin to capture how amazing my experience was as an undergraduate and how amazing I know your experience can be. I was able to join a business fraternity and become president of that. I was able to join a sorority, and I was able to become the commencement speaker with the help of my professors who you'll get to work so closely with and my peers as well. One of the benefits of UC Merced is that it is a smaller campus, and that being said, you get to work really closely with your professors and make bonds with your classmates that will last you until now or until later on in your life. And because of my time at UC Merced, because of all the opportunities that UC Merced provided to me, I was actually able to secure a job before I graduated through Teach for America. And it led me to the company that I'm at now and have been at for the past going on 9 years. And I know that would not have been possible had it not been for the opportunities that I was able to take on during my time at UC Merced. And I just wanted to share with all of you that I grew up in LA, and so UC Merced can be a different place for many people. And I wasn't sure how I would adjust to campus life. But one of the beautiful things about it is that you become so close to the people around you, and it really allows you to focus on not just the social aspect of college, which is amazing, but also it really allowed me to focus on what I wanted to do and who I wanted to become, because the distractions from the outside world or bigger cities were lessened. And so for me, that was really instrumental in me figuring out my pathway. And I know that it can be instrumental for all of you as well. So I'm excited for all of you to be able to go to UC Merced. If you are able to attend Bobcat Day, I highly recommend it. And I'm excited for all of you to move forward in this process. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jacob. I am a second year here at UC Merced with majoring in computer science. I'm from San Francisco, and I also was a Bright Beginnings student. So when I was applying to colleges, it was in 2020, so it was not a great year, and I was not doing great. So I wasn't really focused on like going into college and applying to a lot of colleges. So I applied to a couple UCs, and I was just set on going to City College. But then I got an email from UC Merced saying, hey, you could come here. And I got excited. So the first thing I did was I scheduled a tour, which was interesting because it was during COVID. So it was barely anyone there. It was just kind of me and my dad walking around. And it was amazing. I mean, the campus was shiny and brand new and beautiful. It was very hot, but it was beautiful nonetheless. And for me, I'm a kind of a tech guy, and so it was very cool seeing all this weird machinery and 3D printers and everything in the windows. It seemed amazing for STEM, and yeah, I decided to come here, and I've not regretted it. I currently work as the graphic designer for the Media Cats. So I've make flyers and logos for admissions that probably some of you have seen, hopefully. And yeah, I think I made the right choice coming to UC Merced, and I think it has a lot of good attributes that I wouldn't have gotten if I had just stuck to City College.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jasmine. I'm from Inglewood, California, and I'm a third year here at UC Merced, and I'm a psychology major. So I chose UC Merced because of the great financial aid program. And I also was lucky enough to be invited to be a part of the Fiat Lux Scholars Program. So that's basically a program to help first gen students make their transition to college easier. And it just serves as kind of like a community that you follow along with for the next 4 years of your journey. And it served really helpful, and it kind of just made me less nervous to join college. My senior year was during 2020, so it was kind of a confusing first year for me. But having that community and like people to go to and people to talk to, it was really helpful. And it just made the transition when I actually did get to move here my sophomore year easier. And as for my campus involvement, I'm part of the Media Cats. I am the student lead for them. So I basically help run and manage a great team that helps with admissions. And I am the TikTok content manager. And so I run the Life at UC Merced TikTok if you guys wanted to check that out after. And we post a lot of great content and student lives, so you kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like here. And I also interned for the Shakespeare in Yosemite show that Mr. Charles Neese was talking about earlier. So that's just a free 90-minute show that will be happening next weekend after Bobcat Day. Well, throughout Bobcat Day, but if you guys wanted to go on Sunday, which is the day after, definitely check it out. It's a great opportunity to check out the parks, which is also just 2 hours away. I know we say we are the gateway to Yosemite, so it's definitely like a quick trip that you could do after Bobcat Day. And yeah, as mentioned before, I am a part of the Fiat Lux Scholars Program. But all in all, I really like it here, and it's been a great time.
Hey everyone, my name is Amar. I'm from Modesto, California, and I'm a first-year mechanical engineering student. I also live here on campus, and I'm only an hour away from home. So some people like ask me why I didn't live like at home and like do a commute every day. But coming on campus, it kind of gave like a different feel. Like coming to school, it made me feel more involved, and I got to meet more people. It got me a little bit more out of my comfort zone, but I felt like I could really connect with the people over here. My campus involvement is kind of based around like my interests. So I do a lot of like personal photography. So I like doing that. And so I found a job on campus with the Media Cats. I take photography for like the Instagram and for like the website and admissions, things like that. I also use some of the services on campus, like the recreational center. So I'll go use the gym like every once in a while, and sometimes I'll go use the basketball courts. You can even see like on the walls when they're available, and you can see when different things like that are available to use on campus. So that's kind of why I came, and I don't think I would get this kind of experience anywhere else, and I'm glad I made the switch to live on campus instead of commuting too.
Hi everyone, my name is Sweta. I'm currently a first year and I'm majoring in business and economics. So I know it only has one sentence for why I chose UC Merced, but you know, after I came here for Bobcat Day, I genuinely just fell in love with the place. Like I just wanted to be here, and especially because I'm from Orange County, which is in LA. It's very city-like. There's so many buildings. There's not really anywhere to go to get like some fresh air and some peace. And so coming here, I was like, okay, like this is a really cool place. Campus involvement. I'm a student ambassador currently. I am also in Undocumented Scholars Academy, and I am part of the KKG sorority. Just like everyone else said, me personally, I don't think I would have been able to get all these opportunities if I went to a different university, because like everyone else said, it's a really small campus. And so because of that, you know, there's a lot of opportunities available waiting for people to pick it. So just the school has a lot of opportunities. Yeah.
Thank you so much to all of our student panelists for those great introductions. And if everyone would like to join me on screen, and we can go ahead and dive into our question and answer session. Our first question, I will send this out to the alumni students as well as our current staff. If you can talk about what community means to you. So what does that look like? And when you were here or just starting at UC Merced, how did you find your community?
Well, I could take this one since I kind of mentioned it. So I'm a part of the Fiat Lux Scholars Program, and that's basically just a community of first-gen students that we all start within the same year, but we do get to connect with some academic advisors who are also in the Fiat Lux Scholars Program, and basically it's just helping each other out when we need to. And within that, it kind of helps us develop our professional selves and like professional developments. We go to workshops, socials, getting experience within that. So that really was useful for me and kind of helped a lot because I'm more on the shy or reserved side, and kind of don't interact with a lot of people. But having that set group to go to, it really helped. So for me, I would say community is more of just like people who are willing to help you if you're willing to like help them or interact, and they're really just there for you, which I feel like here at UC Merced, it doesn't necessarily have to be just one group, and you could find community within like tons of groups. I know like sororities, frats, like a lot of those are communities within their own. Even at the recreation center, as Amar was mentioning earlier, you could find your own community there. I would say it's just finding like people you connect with and seeing where it goes from there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Would anyone else like to contribute to that question? What does community mean to you, and where did you find that here at UC Merced?
Okay. So community to me is kind of like people that you care about that also care about you. And I was very lucky to find that in friends. So I got lucky that my first year roommates on campus were great, and we got along very well. And because of that, more people came in, and it was nice having friends, especially after a long 2 years of staying inside and not seeing anybody. And I think also because of the smaller campus size, I think you really get the feeling that that your like professors, and especially your TAs, like care about you and want to give you the support you need. I would say definitely your TAs, the people that run your labs and your discussions, are your best resource when it comes academically, because they're there to help you, and they also love to help you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jacob, for that. I would like to go ahead and invite on one of my colleagues, Ruben Lubers. Would you like to join us on screen for a quick introduction?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ruben Lubers. I'm one of the associate directors for the Office of Undergraduate Admissions, and I'm just here to answer any technical admissions questions that might come up. So you'll see me hop back on video and talk if any of those questions arise.
Fantastic. Thanks, Ruben. Always nice to have you on behind the scenes and on screen. So we'll see if we can get you some questions coming up as well. Our next question here for our student panel: what or who was the most helpful to your success at UC Merced? So that could be a person, professor, a TA, a resource on campus.
I like to start by just saying that the Bobcat Advising Center here on campus is really helpful when it comes to like, not only for like registering classes, which is like really essential, and like that's kind of what they're there for, but just for like questions about like how I'm feeling about my major and like what direction I could go in. And so anything I was really unsure about, I was able to go to the Bobcat Advising Center, and I like kind of built a connection with my advisor, and they really understood what I wanted, and they made suggestions for me and like let me know like what classes I would need to take and what classes I even like need to look out for like in my 3rd or 4th year of college. So that's the Bobcat Advising Center is definitely like the spot for that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Amar. Anyone else like to answer that question? Again, what has helped you find success at UC Merced? So a resource, if you had, maybe it was tutoring or using the health service center, someone in housing.
So what helped me actually do better in my math courses specifically was definitely the office hours that the professors have. There's also a math center on campus which are led by students, but me personally, I really like just being one-on-one with the professors and asking them because they're the ones teaching me. And calculus and pre-calculus, it's a little difficult, so I do recommend going to those. I honestly, I was almost failing my math class, but now I have 102% just because of how well my professors have helped me. So I do recommend taking that up.
Wonderful advice from all of you. Thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and hop on over to our next question. This one is also a fan favorite. What is there to do in the city of Merced, and how do you spend your free time?
I think there's quite some fun things to do in Merced. I know that's kind of one of the things people ask about, and it is definitely more of a small city. So I'm from the LA area, so I definitely have like more experience doing more big things like amusement parks and stuff like that. So I think coming to Merced, it was definitely tricky to find some things that I would find like interesting and stuff, but you really just have to look. Some things that I do is I go to the movie theaters a lot. On Tuesdays they have like $6 movies, so I go there a lot, quite often. And there's also a nickel arcade, which is pretty fun, and they have some prizes you could do. There's a roller skating rink, there's a zoo. If you want to take a nature walk, you could take a nature walk near Bear Creek. So there's quite some fun things to do. It's really more of like taking enjoyment in the more simple things and kind of being able to chill out for a bit, or like go hang out with some friends by the lake, just some fun stuff. You really got to connect with more people on a personal level, I would say, when there's less distractions. So I say definitely like Merced's kind of the city to do that. It's just like get away from people, or like not loud noises, city life, and just like hang out, really get to know your people that you're going to be living with for the next like 4 years.
Wonderful. I'd like to hear from at least one more panelist. I know some of you have a lot of free time in between classes or on the weekends, and we also offer so many great events here on campus as well. I know some of those were mentioned earlier, Bobcat Day that's coming up that I will give you a quick reminder about in just a moment, and the great Coachella, Treats and Beats. We have tons of clubs and orgs, so I know at least one of you has something up your sleeve that you'd like to share.
Sorry. You
Oh,
could go.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
We've got more than one. That's great.
I'll make it brief, but there's a lot of thrifting and antique stores downtown if that's kind of something you'd like to do. There's also this really crazy good burger spot that, oh my God, it's so amazing. And like everyone said, there's a lot of events on campus. There's a lot of things that you guys can get involved in. I'm in a sorority, so that takes up a lot of my time because it isn't a commitment. Oh my God, it is a commitment, but it is really fun. You get to network with a lot of people. There's a lot of events. So there's quite a lot of stuff to do on campus too.
Yeah, I was just gonna add about the events that we have on campus too. Like some people don't really see things going on because they kind of just look around for the events happening. But if you just look at like flyers and things like that around campus, there's posters everywhere, and there's like clubs and organizations that you would never really expect to like join, but you might still like to participate in their events. And so there's like cultural events that are like really cool to experience sometimes, or like even events based around like national holidays. Like they'll have like events where they'll literally just have puppies on campus and you can just go visit them and pet them. Or it's like National Pizza Day, there was pizza in this room on campus. And so there's just so many things like people find things to do when they come together. So there's always going to be something here on campus.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I know our audience is so interested in what our students have to share because you all are giving them personal insight to some things that they may not be aware of, especially if they haven't visited campus yet. And I will also be giving out a little bit of information about campus tours here in just a second. We are getting closer to the end of our program tonight. That went by so quickly because we always have so much fun here. But I would like to ask each of our student panelists if you can offer a little bit of advice to the students who are listening and the families that are listening tonight in how to prepare for coming to UC Merced. Any little tip or trick you'd like to share?
I think one thing for sure is college is definitely a transition from high school. You're gonna actually have to put in a lot of work. You're gonna have to keep up mentally and physically. And so your first semester, it's safe to say for everyone that your first semester will always kind of be the most difficult just because of that transition. So, when you guys do come here, don't be worried. There's a lot of resources. You guys can make a lot of friends. There's a lot of things to do. So just try to keep yourself occupied for sure.
I think if I could give one piece of advice like that I kind of wish I would have had is to like take a second to just look at everything that's going on around you, especially on campus. Like it can feel like there's a bunch of classes that you need to show up to, or a bunch of events you need to do, or like deadlines coming up. And especially in your first year, that's how it's going to feel. But just like take a second to look around and see like that there's a lot ahead of you. And so you just need to experience like what's happening right now. And there's a lot of cool things that happen in your first year that don't come around again. So just appreciate the things that like you're seeing right now. And then also just look forward to the things that are coming, because there's a lot of stuff to see.
For me, I would say definitely keep an open mind, whether that be to the campus, to clubs, to friends, to people in classes, anything really, because you never know what you're really going to get out of it. So you could join a club thinking you may not like it, but end up loving it and want to even run for a position in that later on. You could see different events here, as Amar was saying, but really just keeping an open mind to what you can experience and not try to be so closed off. Like, it is different from high school. It's not going to be the same thing. So just have like, just be ready for anything, I would say, and just try to put yourself out there as much as you can. Because that's definitely how you make connections. You can't really just live in a box all the time. But it's definitely fun once you put yourself out there. Yeah.
Advice I would give is probably try to talk to people. It's a scary experience. I'm not a social person, and so the first couple weeks I would sit, alone in the path, just eating my food, and it didn't feel nice because I live in a big city with my family and all my friends, and now I was in a new place where I knew no one and I knew nothing, and this was brand new, and just having people come up to me in class or trying to talk to your group mates, try to hang out with your group mates, just trying to be social and join some sort of community, because that's really what you need. If you don't, like on the days when none of my friends want to hang out, I just kind of sit alone, and it's never fun. But when you have people that you can talk to and you have people that you can be with, it makes it feel much more like home.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much. And I know each of you personally, and I know Jacob is so outgoing at this point. So you've come a long way. You definitely started talking to people. You all have the best personalities, and I appreciate your presence here tonight so, so much. So thank you all for joining us. I do have some questions, or actually one question for Ruben, if you'd like to hop back on. I know he's behind the scenes and he will join us here. There he is. Actually, I'll just open the floor to you. Is there anything that you'd like to share tonight?
So I think I'll quickly share a couple things because I know we're past time. But one, we got your application not knowing what major you might be interested at UC Merced. So we admitted you undeclared. We know that some of you may be interested in undeclared because you want to explore, and that's perfectly fine. But we know that some of you know what major you want to study immediately. Like me, when I went into college, I knew I wanted to study math. I loved math. I graduated with math. My mind never changed. You could be like me. But unfortunately, we didn't know what major you wanted at our campus. So you are admitted undeclared, but you'll be able to change that. And I know that's a common question for you. So you won't be able to change the major you're admitted to. You're admitted undeclared. But I'm going to post a link in the chat. That's kind of the next steps. Step one, of course, is to decide if you want to deposit at our campus, or at least one of the early steps. Step one is actually reviewing your conditions of admissions. All the way down to step 7 or 8, I can't remember which number it is that's when you can choose your major. So you'll be confirming with your academic advisors and all of that after you decide to attend our campus, what major you're going to study. So it's coming down the road. You will be able to change your major into any major that our campus has to offer as a bright beginning student. So keep that in mind, right? Undeclared is not the major that you're necessarily going to be studying. You can't graduate with it anyways. You have to choose a major eventually. You can either choose it now or you can choose it later. The second thing I'll mention, for any students that are worried about grades that you might be receiving or whatnot, I'll say this. We know senior year is a tough year, lots of prom things going on, lots of everything, college applications, scholarship applications, the list goes on. And you might struggle a little bit this year. Maybe you're doing great. But if you do struggle, just let us know. If you received any grades less than a C, you have that My Course Update option in your Connect portal. You can click on, let us know early. We'll review it and let you know if that has any effect on your admissions. I'll say as long as it's not in your minimum math or minimum English and it's your first one ever, as long as you tell us about it, we're probably going to let it be okay. If you got more than one, definitely let us know early and we'll review it. But yeah, if you get a low grade this semester, just let us know as early as possible. We'll review it and let you know. So definitely stay in communication with us about your courses and your grades. Of course, final transcripts due July 15th. So if you haven't figured it out by now, our campus is here to support you. So again, just communicate with us and we'll let you know. So that's what I had, Ricky. Thank you, everyone, for attending.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ruben. Again, fantastic information tonight from all of our panelists. So, and again, thank you to our audience tonight for joining us. We are just a little bit after our promise of an hour here. So I do have a couple of quick updates. So listen close and jot down some information here, and also keep a close eye on that chat box. We will start dropping in some links for you. There have also been others earlier throughout the program. If you happen to miss those, you can scroll back up. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the Bobcat Den. If you haven't heard about that yet, you will soon be receiving an invitation, and you can join the Bobcat Den and learn more about UC Merced, and even get the opportunity to engage with other UC Merced students. We also have a website about the Bobcat Den that we can drop for you over in the chat box, and you can also visit that website to get signed up that way as well. All right, a few of these other items we did mention earlier on in our show tonight, but I do want to remind you, we are taking the admissions crew on the road. So we have already gone to a couple of cities here in Northern California, but we are heading to Southern California. So we will be in Anaheim on the 15th. So that's this coming Saturday. And on Sunday, the 16th, we will be in Los Angeles. There's also, as you just saw pop up on our screen, if you want to also grab your smartphone and take a quick picture of that contact information, that would be great for you to reference later on. Once again, back to these receptions. So we're going on the road. We're going to be showing up this weekend in Anaheim and Los Angeles. We will drop that link for you over into the chat box. And just to give you a little preview, basically why we go to these receptions, we want to be able to meet you and see you in person. So in case you haven't had a chance to meet us yet or make the little trip up to our campus, we are there to celebrate with you and with your families, to welcome you, and just to let you know how proud we are of your acceptance to UC Merced, and in this case, into the Bright Beginnings program. So a few things that you'll get to learn about there based on our guest speakers that we have. It includes our academic programs, and you'll also be able to meet some faculty members and learn about hands-on learning opportunities. And then, of course, any question that you have, much like tonight, you will be able to ask those in person. So we have many tables set up with lots of experts there to answer any question you may have regarding UC Merced. So again, hop over to that website. You'll get all the details there and get yourself registered in RSVP. You've also heard us talk about Bobcat Day coming up on Saturday, April 22nd. This is by far one of our most favorite events of the year. So we definitely invite you to hop over to that website and get yourself signed up for that day. On the website, you will see that we have a very long agenda for the day, and every detail is listed there for you. There will be tons of performances that day from different clubs and orgs that we have on campus, such as the martial arts group. We have a cheer team, a dance team, our band will be there, as well as many others. So definitely take a look at that website. And a little preview for what Bobcat Day is. It is our biggest event of the year, as I mentioned. While you're there, you can actually get a campus tour. So we have campus tours available at other times as well. We have a schedule that's available online, and we will share that link for you as well in the chat box. But on Bobcat Day, you'll also have an opportunity throughout the event to get campus tours. You will also be able to meet faculty again, and also attend some fabulous presentations from each of our schools, where you can, again, ask your questions, get those answered, and learn all about our academic programs, the courses that we offer. And you can also discover all of the student clubs and organizations that we have, because we will be having over 150 tabling events just with our student orgs and clubs. So you don't want to miss out on that. It is a fabulous day. As I said, we all love being there, being able to meet you and your family and be able to celebrate your acceptance and consideration of UC Merced. And as I said, you don't want to miss out on those performances either. And as a special guest, our chancellor will be there to give you a welcome little statement at the beginning of our event. All right, a couple more things. I mentioned campus tours. We want to make sure we drop that link over there for you into the chat box, and also mention to you, we also offer in-person tours in Spanish. So if you do happen to speak Spanish or your parents are only Spanish speakers, that would be a fantastic opportunity for you to still come and visit, get all the pertinent information in Spanish. So that is an option. And again, you can hop over to that website, get yourself registered for one of those upcoming tours in case you're not able to make it to Bobcat Day. Okay, so I have two more things. I know we're going quick here, but we offer Experience UC Merced. It's going between April 3rd, so it's already started, but it goes through the 28th of the month. And you can hop over to that website. If you haven't looked at the chat box yet, please do that now and start clicking on those links right away. Experience UC Merced will give you the opportunity to enjoy a classroom experience by sitting in one of our actual lectures here at UC Merced. You will also have an opportunity to dine in our dining pavilion and have lunch there. So another firsthand experience that you'll only get by visiting our campus. Speaking of campus, you'll get a campus tour with this as well, and just get to explore everything that UC Merced represents. And so, like I said, we've got tons of programs to offer. All of those links are being dropped over into that chat box. One last one that is kind of a general page for you to take a look at is the events page. So we have tons of other webinars that we've already had, so you'll be able to access those on an instant replay if you go over to that YouTube page that the link will be provided on the events page, as well as many other upcoming events that you can get registered for, much like this one. You'll see many of our faces again here. We usually have student panels that you can hear their insight again. And like I said, we've already had several, so go ahead and take a look at that events page. The link should be in the chat for you, and you'll be able to take an instant replay look at our YouTube channel. Wow, that was a lot of information and a fantastic presentation, especially with all of our student panelists here. We just want to give you a big thank you. And again, take a screenshot of that contact page if you haven't yet so that you can reach out to us. We are always here to help you. We love meeting our students and helping you through the process of next steps to do your statement of intent to register here at UC Merced. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to you to become a Bobcat, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.